Hey guys,
Welcome to TalkTrue Podcast. We're your hosts, Ejyro
and Aybee.
Welcome back, guys, to TalkTrue Podcast. And today we're going to be touching on something that I personally feel is very important. I saw a post on a blogger's page where he asked a very serious question on Tunde Edno's page, and he said, when you get married as a man, who are you making your next of kin, your wife or your kids? And lots of people were like on the wife's side, and lots of people were on the kids' side, or the child, the side of the child. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about. We're going to try to meet in the middle, because if we're really going to face reality, both of them are not bad, but like as a man now, I want to throw the question to Aybee. Who are you making your next of kin? Your wife or your child?
I really feel there are so many circumstances surrounding these questions that will actually
that's very true.
bring my answer. But on a neutral ground, my child.
On a neutral ground, like a normal family.
My child.
Your child. Why?
We are giving our next of kin to our child.
I like the word we.
Because to some extent, I'm not the only one again now.
Plus like you and your wife are basically a team, and everything you're doing is for your child. Or your children.
Yes. So I see no reason why I will have to choose. My goal and our goal is to make sure we build a family and build a family. Sorry, our goal is to make sure we build a family. You understand? A good family. So it will be my joy and a joy to see that, okay, we've worked hard though. Now let's pass it over to the children. You get? So I don't think it's a bone of contention thinking who I'm going to make my next of kin. Do you understand?
It's your child.
Yeah, it's our child.
So somebody, it's you guys' child.
Yeah.
So somebody made a point that, your wife was there before the children, so your wife should be your next of kin. Somebody said your wife should be able to control or like have a certain amount of control. I also gave you a point that normally the head of the family is usually the oldest, and naturally the way we're accustomed to, the dad actually dies before the mom, and then everybody don't want to die before their kids. So somebody was saying, yes, if that's the way it's going to be, then the wife should be the next of kin, and then she can decide to
doesn't matter
disburse everything. Although the next of kin does not necessarily mean that person is in control of your wealth. As a man, you have a will when you feel like your last days are approaching. But the next of kin just kind of oversees that thing. Although the person has access to your money.
Everything, all your documents you are filling is there. His name and everything that is there.
He has access to everything. And people usually say okay, let's say your child is not old enough, or you feel like that child is not matured enough, or you just happen to have a very somehow child. A child that just decides to be wayward.
Useless.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're going to have to pick.
At that point, right? Nobody will want to hustle hard for years and just throw it into the waters. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, to a very scummy child.
You understand? So if I feel my child is not reasonable enough, is not matured enough to handle some kind of stuff, then. But it's all my children. Somebody must get sense now.
But you said something specifically about your first child.
Yeah, definitely.
Or the male child. So what if your male child is a stupid person, and it just happens to be your daughter is more responsible?
Then the daughter has it.
Okay, so basically you're looking for who you think can manage it properly. What you work so hard for.
Yeah, who's responsible.
But your wife does not count.
My wife is just like me. We are giving it out. You understand? We're working it together. It's not like I'm not God forbid, I don't want to marry a lady that will be after my
but do
wealth
you
when I'm
agree
dead
that
and all of
like
that.
when the kids are young, at least for like the first few years, your wife should be your next of kin? Does that make sense to you?
No.
Like when these kids are young, when they are older now, you can always upgrade your account details.
What is the
When
point?
these kids, the point is that anything can happen. So when these kids are young, normally the bank does not allow them access that money, and you don't want your family to suffer. So God forbid anything happens. If that money is in the name of your child, then your family suffers till that child has access to that money. So considering this fact now, do you make your child the next of kin and God makes you live long enough to see all your kids grow and mature into good people, then you can change it. Does that make sense to you?
Now,
and when you guys are, that child is obviously at that age, you and your wife are already old, so there's really nothing that she's looking for.
Okay, in as much as yeah, we are building our empire, like me and my wife, for our kids and all of that.
I feel okay.
My wife definitely will have a world on her own, of her own.
Yeah.
You understand? My wife should be able to stand firm even
by
without
herself.
my wealth.
Yeah.
You get? So if I'm making my child next of kin, and peradventure anything happens along the line and he's not up to the age to attain that wealth or stuff like that, I feel my wife can cater for the family till that child is old enough.
Right.
You get?
Right. That's a fair point.
After all, she has a world of her own.
Also, this is the thing with me. Personally, I feel like my husband is going to be my next of kin. And I'm going to be his next of kin. And then, like, God willing, we both live long enough.
You not change.
Then we can always upgrade everything. And then we know that we're approaching these last days and everything. We're writing our wills, and before the way I'm going to make it, my child he shouldn't even care about being my next of kin or anything.
Most times our parents do this without even telling us.
You're just going to be there. You're going to be on your own, solid, without me, without my company, without anything that is mine.
They don't even tell us that we are their next of kin.
Yeah.
Most times they don't even tell us. They'll just fill this document and put them in that door.
The child is just good by himself. Like it's not dependent on his parents' wealth.
But for me, right from time, my first son, my next of kin.
Also, I was having a chat with like two of my friends, and they were like, a friend of ours, she told us a story. This woman, she's like a matured woman. She died at the age of 50, or I think 50 something, and she had a child out of wedlock. She had a son out of wedlock before she got married to a man, and in that marriage with that man, she gave birth to children, about 2 or 3.
Mad.
So now she's very close to this her children, that the younger ones, obviously, because the older one is out there, he's living his life. So she's closer to the younger ones. But this is what happened at the end of the day. When the woman passed away, I don't know if it was like she willed everything to that boy.
A first child.
This was what happened. The younger ones, they knew where everything was, like all the important documents, how the woman's money is set up, all her assets. They knew where everything was, but she didn't tell them that she willed everything to her first child only, or was it that he was just an next of kin to everything, but everything eventually went to that boy. And he didn't, at the end of the day, he came off as maybe she kind of trusted that, he's going to be responsible, he's going to take care of the younger ones. Yeah, because their dad is not so buoyant, but the woman is alright. So it was like, I think the man later died. I don't know.
Poor man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the man later died or something, but they were not living fine. That's the story.
It's poor then.
So the guy took everything and started living recklessly, and they're currently like living in so much poverty. They can hardly feed or do anything.
And so in that case,
so like a child might come off as this, but like,
so what do you think the woman was supposed to do
in that case? I feel something like that. Maybe she concluded that that boy her child or that only child
Mm.
is that her first son is very responsible and
It's just
everything. But
right
the
for
point
her
that I'm trying to
it's the first one.
yeah, but the point that I'm trying to make is like a child can be disappointing at the end of the day.
But at least I
It's
played
not
my
even
role
in
now.
this setting, in this family setting, that the woman had the child outside, and I think she died before her husband and all of that. But like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Like in a setting where the
she played
family
her
was
role.
alright and
She
everybody died accordingly,
but she played her
and
role.
then eventually the child.
She played her role. Like that guy was in the better position to become the next of king. He was the first one. I'm very sure for her to think that way, it simply means she wasn't separating them like, okay, this is my child, though. This is the other child I have from this man.
How do you will everything to one child?
You just said it wasn't like she willed it, that it was.
No.
I
meant like no. I was trying to
the next
differentiate.
of
I don't
kin.
know if he was the next of kin, so everything was to him directly, or whether she actually wrote a will. But ultimately, everything was meant to go to him the way she planned it. I don't know if it's exactly to a will or to the next of kin.
I don't think she would be that wicked because she also gave birth to the other younger ones too. So I just felt it should be.
I can't
That it was the
remember.
next of kin. Because she gave birth to those children to herself now.
Yes.
So why
I
would
can't
she want
remember,
to
but the way
separate?
the story sounded, it sounded wicked or some type of way. So I think
You know,
she
Nigerians,
willed.
we have a way of
No,
putting-
I think she willed everything to him.
If that was what she did, it was
Yeah.
bad.
Now, how do you will everything to one child?
No, it's bad. Why would you want to do
So
that?
what happens as a man's next of kin? I think that's the same thing.
Okay, for me, if for instance, I have
Would
a
you make
business going on,
your child, your son, the next of kin to your company, your daughter, the next of kin to your shop,
That-
your the next
yeah,
of kin to your land?
that's what I want to say. If, for instance, I have a business going on where that's actually bringing in main funds, right? Definitely, I'm going to share my properties I got from that business within my children. Like you take, within, you understand, amongst them. But the main business now that actually brings in the main income, I think I can give it to the first child. Reason because I want to believe he will be reasonable enough to manage. Like I'm just giving it to him now as the manager. Like you are now the CEO.
You're the dad.
Yes, you get.
You're the dad. You're supposed to take care of everybody.
So take care of the business. You people already have properties I gave you that I got from this business. Now I'm no longer alive. Your mom possibly is no longer alive. So it's your job now to manage the company.
And make it grow.
Yes, make it grow and let your siblings also get shares from it.
Yeah, and give them. Yeah.
You understand? So it's not like I'm milling it to him. No, I'm just giving it to him to be in charge.
Plus, like I just want to give like a simple like moral stuff. Like young people now, us talking to us, like
Us.
As a young person, you shouldn't like really be waiting for your dad to die before you say, "Oh, I'm going to inherit this and that." As a young person, you should be able to stand by yourself. So at the end of the day, you don't get selfish. Especially if you have siblings. I feel like if you don't have your own money, that's when you get selfish. Because you want everything.
Definitely, you get selfish for stuff that are not yours.
Because you want everything that your dad worked for to be to yourself. But if you have your own money, you really wouldn't give two fucks. Yeah. But like everybody should learn to be like dependent, and eventually when stuff is handed to you, especially if you're the first child, I feel it's not an avenue for you to ride over everybody. It's an avenue. It's actually responsibility.
To show our responsibility.
So you should work on yourself and be a good person. And parents should make sure that they give their children that core value of unity and working together.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're not a one-man army. You have siblings. You have people that you should care about in your life. Apart from your external family when you get married, who will now become your main family. Outside your other family. But eventually, you should know that those people are blood.
Yeah, for me, in a nutshell, my stand till tomorrow. I get married. I have my children, which highest if I try in 2, definitely not more than 2. I'm really my next of kin. Our next of kin will be.
Yeah, that unity. That I like the fact that you're very.
It has to be
oriented.
It has to be. If not, I'll not marry you in the first place.
I like the fact that you're very conscious of that unity, that togetherness,
You're
the
making me look
tacting
like one
thing.
good
And
guy
then that's when
now.
I'm saying we are making our child. That means
Definitely.
everybody's working together. She knows your ins and outs.
Yeah.
Basically, she's almost like your next of kin, just her name is not there.
You get,
Like
we are
she's
doing
still,
it for our
in fact,
children.
not even your next of kin. You now they run
We
out
they do them
together.
together for the children.
It's like your wealth is joined together,
Yeah.
and that's the best marriage where
Yeah.
no everybody's separating their own from this one, that one, but everybody knows that with or without you, I'm good. But you know everything, you know my ins and outs, you know what I have.
Yeah. I know what you have. You know what I have. You are building your word for yourself. I'm building your word for myself.
Yeah, and then eventually,
but whatsoever what we are building ourselves, we are bringing it for our children. Yeah.
And we're bringing everything back together just
for our
to give it to
children.
them.
Definitely.
So that's how it's supposed to be, guys. You know, it matter of.
No, but if you think otherwise, forget all these good boy, good girl are sounding.
No, but like really,
so many people have gone through a lot.
Although if you have a very valid point,
yeah, it's possible they've gone through a lot.
Yeah, you have seen things and you want to learn from them.
Yeah, so you can just drop your comment.
But like what we're saying is that whether you're giving it to your child, which looks like the obviously normal thing to do, should be in togetherness.
Yeah.
That's the point that we're trying to make. Should be in togetherness and in agreement.
Why would I relate to my wife? Because by God's grace, we are both going to die at a very old age. Yeah. How much more do you think she have to live?
All right.
How much more do you think she have to live when I'm gone?
Yeah.
So what's the point making her the next of kin? Where definitely she will still make one of them.
Plus, then don't be hiding yourself from your wives or like be secretive about everything. She doesn't want to. A wife doesn't want to take your. She's not your next of kin.
Depending on the wife you get married to.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. But if you marry somebody that is your teammate, you consider that
marry your teammate, bro.
Yeah. There is no point hiding anything from them.
Because some women, man, they are just something.
Yeah, that's when you don't marry
I've
somebody
seen
that's
women that we want to possess all her husband wealth just to give it to her family members. I'm serious. I've seen cases. This is kind of personal where a woman she don't want anybody from the husband side to be coming to their house to benefit, just her home people. When you go to your house, you see like 5 people living with this family and 5 of them are from the women's side. And the woman will take it personal whenever a man or whenever the man's relative is coming.
But your relatives can come.
But your own relatives can come. Let them come and chop.
Anyway, guys, like marriage is about selflessness. Marriage is about opening yourself. Marriage is about being one. So everything about you should be one.
If you are not ready to be one, don't marry.
There is no disunity. And at the end of the day, you're working hard for your children. That's
the point.
That's exactly
the goal,
what you're
man.
doing. That's exactly what you're doing.
That's the goal.
So you guys are making your children the next of kin. It's not just the man. The man is not saying I am making my son the next of kin. He's saying we are making our children next of kin.
I'm sounding too good in this
and
episode.
We have worked too hard.
I'm sounding too good in this episode.
Just for our children.
This is unlike
anyway, guys. That's the point we're trying to make. If you feel otherwise, then you can definitely reach out if you have a point.
Yeah, if you want to quarrel, if you want to fight, come and fight us, quarrel us.
We're open-minded. We're not rigid with our opinions. And yeah, opinions can change anytime, any day.
Leave your comments, like, subscribe, follow, and share.
Thank you guys for listening. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you for listening to this podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and go follow us on all social media platforms at TalkTrue Podcast. And please always make sure you talk to.